My name is Grizelda. I grew up in Cape Town, the Western Cape, in the District 6. And in that, we met a lot of people that came through. And I met a friend that comes from a normal household, no environment, but she was just one of those girls that would go out clubbing, and she used to come and hang out with us. And then she left for Johannesburg to go and study at UJ. And then I turned 18, and then the state orphan house was like, okay, so you're 18 now, and you didn't do much with your life while you were here with the opportunity you got, and you gotta go because it's too overcrowded. And then I remember her being in Johannesburg, which was with my friend, and I called her up and I said, look, things are really bad for me and I really want to change. Cape Town, I don't want to be here anymore, I just want to be out. And you've seen where we stay, can you help me out? And your parents are great, and you in Joburg, and you probably have your own place. Can you help me? I promise I will do anything. And she said, yeah, of course, you come through, get yourself here and you can do that. And I got to Johannesburg a day and a half later in Park Station. She picked me up and I was so excited to see her because she was a friend to me. That's one thing I knew. And she let me in the house and just walking through comfortably, and she's like, this is gonna be a room. It was very, very empty. And I was like, okay, you didn't hook me up with anything or something? And she's like, man, this is Joburg, you can find something in 2 days time. And I said, okay, I'm just gonna pass out for a minute and get some rest. And she's like, oh, okay, cool, no problem. I felt safe, I felt okay, and I said, okay. And that was the last time I saw her. In that couple of hours, it didn't take long. A couple of guys walked in. First thing I felt was a punch in my face, which really shocked everything in me, but not the punch, but I think I was confused what's happening. And the more I felt confused, the more smacks and kicks and punches I got. And while that was happening, I was being undressed. And in my mind, the only thing I was thinking is like, where is she? What's going on? And the more I thought about that, the more I went numb. In my mind, I just saw her, and I was getting angry and angry and angry. But the more I get angry, the more I felt I was getting helpless, because they tied up my hands, they undressed me, and then they covered my eyes with sellotape, and that's the only sound I had in my head. That was it. And then for a whole couple of 2 weeks, all I could do was smell and hear the sound of money and men coming in, about, I don't know how many in a day. That went on for about 2 weeks, because I counted days. And then I was exchanged with another younger girl. When they grabbed me at my neck and dragging me out around the night, and they kicked me out, and she was still screaming. I could hear she's being punched too. I got on the street and I was completely dirty. Didn't think about going to the police station because I smelled like drugs. First place I went to was in the truck area. Did what I did there sexually. And for me, it was just to get drugs so I can get away from the pain and anger. So at the escort agency I was working at in Port Elizabeth, I was pregnant with Summer. I was pregnant with Summer for like 6 months. And then they said it's not acceptable. And so that forced it into abortion. And as I lay there, seeing my unborn baby's legs in a sink, I just knew something was going to change. I was held in the house for 2 weeks, but it held me in bondage for 8 years. My so-called friend used the money for me being trafficked for her university and her education. This person, I see them all the time, and they see me all the time. They see the work that I do all the time. So now I work for an organization called Embrace Dignity. The word really captured me on dignity. who's embracing my dignity. And so I wanted to find out what do they do. So I go ahead and find a lot of fulfilling when I tell a story on my story. I think the most fulfilling part is when people really have heard the story and come back to me and say thank you so much. I mean, you have said something that really helped me. It might not have been on human trafficking, but it really opened my eyes that it could happen right next door and it could happen right with me. So it's a very, very beautiful organization, just going back and feeling safe in the organization and knowing that my dignity has been restored.